Thank you very much. Tonight, Yukio-san's will and passion will be passed down to us, and we'll continue to hold more Godzilla events. Thank you very much, Yukio-san. And I would like to mention, without Yukio-san, today's event would not be possible. So again, guys, let's show him some LA love. Let's give him some hearty welcome. Thank you very much. Now, folks, we're going to go and move on to the panel and Q&A. I hope you guys have been thinking hard about your questions. And I would like to introduce Steve Rifle from Sci-Fi Japan as a representative of all Godzilla fans. Steve, would you please cut on up?
Thank you. Just briefly, I would like to start by saying how honored we are to have Director Kawakita as a guest here in Los Angeles. This gentleman not only directed the 6 Godzilla films, starting with the one that you all saw tonight, but he is part of the long legacy and tradition of Japanese tokusatsu filmmaking, having begun his career in the 1960s when the Toho Special Effects Department was still under Eiji Tsuburaya. So we're very honored to have you in our presence here, sir. Thank you for coming.
I've seen many articles on Sci-Fi Japan, including Godzilla, and I'm pretty sure you and all the Godzilla fans have thousands of questions to ask Mr. Kawakita. So don't worry, guys. You guys are going to get a chance to ask him as well. And so hold your questions till the end, okay? So Steve, please take it away.
Sure. I thought we'd just talk a little bit about the film that you all saw tonight. Godzilla vs. Biollante is a stylistic leap ahead of all the Godzilla films that came before it. Visually, it's so much different. You see the amazing battle between Godzilla and the Navy, Godzilla attacking Osaka that's shot with this incredible tracking shot, the incredible battle between Godzilla and the sort of Venus flytrap stage of Biollante. So my question, sir, is can you describe your philosophy and your approach to visually redefining the Godzilla franchise?
今回そのゴジラ対ビオランテを作られた時にこれに対する哲学というかどういうふうに新しい映画を作りたいと思っていたかをお聞かせいただけますでしょうか。
日本の伝統的なその怪獣の文化として、とは言いながらもね、恐竜に近づけるべくその今までのその僕がやったビオランテの以前のゴジラっていうのは白目だった。
So, he wanted to make something new. So it used to be the Godzilla's eye is white. Isn't it? It used to be before the Biollante. So he started to change the Godzilla's eye.
で目もそうだし、それと実際に歯も二重にして。食いついたら離れないんだよね。
But they change the teeth, so it's double layer. So it's really once bite, it's not gonna let it go.
だから一番最初にそのビオランテを作った時に一番苦労したのはやっぱり新しいゴジラの再生ということがやっぱり主眼において。
So first thing is coming to when he makes the Godzilla vs. Biollante is something new. It's never happened before.
Biollante is a feminine and I'd say a beautiful monster, but it's also horrific and scary. And that's something new as well. And I wonder what your challenges were in designing that monster.
ゴジラ対ビオランテというモンスターは非常にちょっと女性的というか花を持ちにしたりもあるんですけど非常に綺麗美しいモンスターだと思うんですけれどもそれどういうモチーフというかで考えられましたか。
ゴジラと同化すべくそのゴジラの持っている細胞とも融合だったんで、そういう点ではそのゴジラの遺伝子を持っているバイオ怪獣だったんで、そこはちょっと今までの怪獣の系列とはちょっと違っていたんじゃないかなと思いますけど。
So I think Biollante is the difference between the monsters they appeared in the past is has a Godzilla cell. is he wanted to create another form of Godzilla.
The introduction of the issue of biotechnology, I mean, it was relevant then, but that's one of the things that makes the film still very watchable now, is that this is still something that we're talking about, a genetically engineered monster. The project took several years to develop,
そうですそうです
and it's my understanding that at the script phase, or towards the final, as the movie went into development, that you were actually asked by director Omori to rewrite the script from the standpoint of the special effects, and that it sounds to me as if the special effects department had more input in this film than ever before. Can you tell us about some of the ideas that you introduced to the film and that remain on screen in the final cut?
こう制作が進んでいくうちに大森監督にちょっとこれをこう変えてくれよというふうにお願いをしたというふうに聞いてるんですけれども、それ特撮のデパートメントがこう非常に強力で、こういうふうに俺がイメージを作りたいからこうしてくれっていうのが多分あったと思うんですけれども、その辺のお話をちょっと聞かせていただきたいんですが。
監督が2人いるわけですよね。要するに本編班の監督と特撮班の監督2人いて、でそこで切磋琢磨していろんなことを考えて、でこうあるべきだっていうのは結構あったんですよね。でどっちかいい方を取ろうと。
So we're not sure you guys already know this. So when it comes to the making the tokusatsu movie, there are two directors. One with the drama part, one with the tokusatsu kaiju part. So the two directors can compete each other and get a more better idea, and they talk about it. Okay, this is better. Okay, we take your idea. This is how it happens.
That's a good point. Not everybody appreciates that aspect of these films, and this two-director system really goes back all the way to the 1940s at least, when Eiji Tsuburaya collaborated with director Yamamoto Kajiro on war films, which were kind of notorious for these. Well, you may know the story about the Pearl Harbor sequence from a film called The Horrid Sea from Hawaii to Malaya, that was later supposedly mistaken for actual documentary footage of the attack on Pearl Harbor, although that story is not corroborated. Your Godzilla, Director Kawakita, behaves much more like an animal. A lot of us grew up with the Godzilla from the 1960s and 70s that's more of a character, and it behaves almost like a person. But your Godzilla goes back to the roots, and it's much more like a force of nature, and it even harkens back to the original intent, which was the nuclear bomb incarnate. So did you design that? I assume it was your intention, but I'm wondering how closely you collaborated with the suit actor, Mr. Satsuma, to create that image.
そのバイ・ビオランテの以前の映画はゴジラはですね、ちょっとキャラクターによったというか、どちらかというと人のような非常にユニークなキャラクターとしてなってきたと思うんですけれども、ビオランテは本当にどちらかというと原点回帰といったようなもので、本当にすごく自然の脅威というふうに描かれていると思うんですけれども、そのゴジラのデザインとかこの制作の過程においてどのようにお考えになって作られましたでしょうか。
もともとこの企画そのものは検証応募作品だったんですよ。その時にビオランテという作品を書いたのは歯医者さんだ。
So the story is he created it from the Biolante is the story based on the story from dentist.
It was a contest that was held after Godzilla '84, where fans and other people were allowed to submit story ideas, and the winning treatment was by a gentleman named Mr. Kobayashi. Is that correct? And he was a dentist, but also I believe he had written for tokusatsu television shows and other things before. He was a professional writer as well.
アンケートというかそのアイデアを募るようなことがあったと思うやられたと思うんですけど、それが小林さんという確か歯科医の方だったと覚えてるんですけれども。
小林さんです。
Yes, it's 小林。
For those of you who haven't already purchased the Blu-ray from Echo Bridge of this film, I believe it came out last year, but it has a nice little making of documentary and a piece on the creation of the design for Biolante.
So, folks, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start the Q&A with fans. So, if you guys would like a question, just please line up one by one here. All right.
Of the Godzilla movies that you directed for special effects, which one was the hardest and most difficult, and why?
今までのその徳井監督が台頭されたゴジラの映画の中で一番これが難しかったと、なんか困難であったというものがあったら教えていただきます。ちょっと理由もお願いします。
先ほど言ったようにビオランテっていう作品はその植物の怪獣で根があって動かない設定だった。
So Biolante is the plant, most of the plant. So it originally has a route, so it doesn't move.
設定だったんで、
It's set.
まあそれだとちょっと最後のバトルではちょっと辛いかなと思って。じゃああれをその触手がこう地面を伸びていくように動かしたらどうだ。で急遽いろいろ考えてあれを動かしたんです。
So originally said he basically Biolante doesn't
まあ
move.
今日見た人は分かってると思う。
So he came up with the idea about a tentacle and going through the underground.
まあそれは2カットぐらいしかないんですけど、あれはダイナミックなちょっとこう、アクションで、スタッフに受けたし、お客さんにも受けたんではないかなと思いますけど。
So the tentacle, the scene of tentacle is not really a couple of shots, but I think it's really people love the scene. I believe.
All right, folks. Anyone else have a question? Just line up right here, one by one after each other. It'll be easier. Just line up right behind them, guys.
Just go. Go ahead. I'm a big fan of yours. And one question I've been dying to know: is Godzilla vegetarian? You think? Like eat seaweed, or like meat eater carnivores? Dinosaur.
ゴジラについて質問なんですが、ベジタリアンだと思う、それともこうお肉を食べる動物だと思いますか？
まあソニー版のゴジラではニューヨークでお魚食べてたもんね。